Just Cheesy the Podcast, presented by Just Cheesy Productions.
Hi there, I'm your host Fondue.
I'm Cheesy.
In this week's episode, we're talking about heads and shoulders, knees, and toes.
Whoa.
We're talking skincare, facials, workouts, and joint pain.
Whoa.
And we even discuss how cheese can impact your eyes, ears, mouth, and nose.
Wow.
And we'll finish with some toe cheese.
What?
And of course, no episode would be complete without our very cheesy joke.
Joke.
Stay tuned for episode 94, Knees and Toes, on Just Cheesy the Podcast. Did you know that there is actually a skincare product made from cheese?
Really?
Yep. According to IntoTheGloss.com, there is a facial product called Enprani Bounce Cheese Cream.
Ooh.
And from what they say here, it doesn't smell like cheese.
Good.
Right?
Yeah.
They say the texture looks and feels like mozzarella cheese.
Okay.
They said it's kind of sticky,
Okay.
but it's said to hydrate and firm the skin.
Ooh.
It uses whey, which of course we know is a byproduct of the cheese-making process.
No way.
They say that the lactic acid in the whey helps to remove dead surface layer skin cells.
Ew.
It's apparently not just whey that can help with skin.
Really?
According to CometOverHollywood.com, the actress beauty tip number 41 by Joan Blondell was a cottage cheese facial.
Ooh.
According to the article, they said that Joan would wash her face with soap and water.
Sure.
And then twice a week, she did a beauty facial pack with cottage cheese.
Ew.
She recommended putting cottage cheese on your face like a facial.
Okay.
She recommended resting so that it would stay put.
Sure.
Heated milk would be applied with a cloth to take off the cottage cheese.
Okay.
The author of the blog has tried this herself.
Really?
She's used full-fat cottage cheese.
Okay.
She's blended it so it would stay on a little bit better.
Yeah.
But she rinses with water because otherwise it left her skin sticky.
Ah, sure.
She believed during the time that she tried this that her skin looked brighter and had a glow to it.
Whoa.
Perhaps the best way to see skin changes is to actually eat the cheese.
Yeah.
Cheese is rich in vitamins A, B6, B12, C, D, E, K, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, zinc,
Whoa.
copper, selenium, fluorine, thiamine,
Whoa.
riboflavin, niacin, folate, pantothenic acid, and choline.
Holy cow.
And this is according to muratbay.com.tr.
Wow.
According to yahoo.com, there's a men's journal article called Is Cheese the Ultimate Post-Workout Snack?
Yeah.
Science says yes.
Ooh.
In a study in the Journal of Nutrition, it found that young fit men who ate 3 ounces of cheese after a strength workout were able to synthesize more muscle protein cells in their body during the recovery process.
Wow.
And it says here it helps them rebuild muscle faster.
Whoa.
And according to the study, the greatest impact was eating cheese immediately following the workout.
Really?
Cheese also has calcium,
Yeah.
which can help strengthen bones.
Yeah.
So if you're working on your shoulders in the gym,
I see what you did there.
3 ounces of cheese might be just what you need to continue gaining strength.
Wow.
Are you worried about your knees and other joints?
Yeah.
Well, cheese may or may not be able to help.
Really?
According to NASAbone.com, this is a bone and joint specialist in Houston, Texas.
Okay.
On their website, they give a list of top foods to avoid if you're suffering from joint pain.
Oh, no.
They suggest that dairy has high levels of protein casein, which can trigger inflammation and pain in the joints.
Aw.
But according to the website creakingjoints.org, they think that cheese can protect against osteoarthritis.
Whoa.
According to the article, there was a recent study published in the European Journal of Nutrition.
Really?
Apparently, the researchers said that people who ate the most full-fat cheese were the least likely to develop knee osteoarthritis.
Wow.
They found that the highest intake of cheese was the Dutch,
Of course.
and they were about 30% less likely to have osteoarthritis of the knee.
Wow.
And they did not find a similar link with other dairy sources like milk, yogurt, or low-fat cheese.
Really?
And since this was a study in the Netherlands, they also note that the cheese-making process is very specific. They make Gouda and Edam. They also indicate there are lifestyle factors.
Like what?
Because the Dutch are avid bike riders, this
Oh, yeah.
might also play a role.
Yeah.
Gouda, Edam, and the Dutch are not sponsors.
Nope.
But if they were, their ad would go right here. Have you ever wanted to listen to the web?
Yeah,
Well, Newsly makes that possible.
they do.
They're an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android.
Super app.
You can listen to trending articles on the web on topics that you choose and get them read to you in a natural human voice.
What kind of topics?
Sports,
Cheese?
tech, business, science.
Cheese?
I'm sure there's even cheese.
Yay!
They even have an entire section for podcasts.
Are we there?
Of course we are.
Ooh.
It's one of my new favorite podcast apps. They even have digital radio.
Holy cow.
Just go to www.newsly.me to download it free.
Whoa.
Or use the link in the description. If you use the promo code CHEESY, that'll get you 1 month free premium subscription.
Yay, Newsly.
Now, back to the podcast. According to AmericanRefractiveSurgeryCouncil.org, your eyes might benefit from cheese.
Whoa.
According to the website, minerals such as copper, zinc, and selenium are good for eye health.
Wow.
And they say they can help prevent cataracts.
Nice.
Vitamin B can help with age-related macular degeneration.
Whoa.
And it can also help to strengthen the cornea and delaying the onset of keratoconus, an eye disorder.
Wow.
We've covered head, shoulders, knees, and eyes.
Wow.
But what about ears?
Yeah.
According to jsbaileycheese.co.uk, they quote a study by scientists from Southern Illinois University.
Okay.
They've been studying the effects of a compound called, and I'm sorry if I'm messing this up, but it's called
Oh, boy.
D-methionine.
Sure.
It's a natural compound found in dairy products, including cheese.
Wow.
The study started with animals. The more that the compound was consumed, the further hearing loss was repaired.
Wow.
They said if the compound was ingested within 7 hours of loud noise exposure, hearing damage could be prevented before it had even begun.
Holy cow.
Loud noises release chemicals named free radicals, and they cause damage to the minute cells in the cochlear.
Oh.
And these are vital for transmitting sound waves to the brain.
Yeah.
They believe that D-methionine helps reduce this
Wow.
due to its status as an amino acid,
Nice.
which can neutralize free radicals,
Whoa.
and that would prevent them from carrying out further damage to the cells.
Wow.
The study is moving on to humans.
Sure.
They have 600 volunteers from the U.S. Army,
Wow.
many of whom have suffered hearing loss as a result of exposure to noisy machinery
Aw.
and loud explosions.
Wow.
Did you know that your mouth could benefit from cheese?
It can.
We've heard this before, but
Oh, yeah.
at PortmanDentalCare.com, they say that cheese is great for your teeth.
Whoa.
Cheese has high levels of phosphate and calcium, which naturally strengthen teeth and bones. But it says it also helps to balance the pH level in your mouth, meaning less harmful acid, more cleansing saliva, and fewer cavities.
Wow.
We can't let your nose get out of the act.
Nope.
According to myfaceology.com, dairy comes up quite a bit
Yeah.
when talking about congestion.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on the study that you read, dairy could be pretty bad for people with nasal congestion.
Oh.
But according to Dr. Michael Greger, MD of nutritionfacts.org, he states, the guess is that opioid receptors on the mucus glands in the respiratory tract may respond to the casomorphin from milk,
Whoa.
which could potentially stimulate the production and secretion of mucus from these respiratory glands.
Oh, no.
He goes on to say that this may explain why a subgroup of the population who have increased respiratory tract mucus production
Yeah.
may find many of their symptoms, including asthma, improve on elimination of dairy.
Aw.
We've saved my favorite for last. We're talking toes.
Ew.
And we're not talking about toe cheese like we
Ew.
did back in season 2, episode 15, where we talked about different body parts like armpits, belly buttons,
Ugh.
and toes,
Oh, no.
where they took some bacteria to make cheese.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're talking something far worse.
Worse.
According to TimesNowNews.com, back in 2020, some college students decided to prank their roommate.
Ooh.
According to the article, a group of Iowan college students were bored and they wanted to prank their roommate by peeling the dry skin off their feet
Huh.
and mixing it in a packet of shredded cheese.
Ew, no.
They shaved the dry skin off their feet
Ugh.
and they put it in their roommate's
Ew.
cheese bag and watched her eat it.
Holy cow.
Well, apparently she wasn't amused,
You think?
and the Sheldon Police Department charged the 3 roommates with assault.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's just best to keep our body parts out of our cheese.
I'm ready for a joke, Fondue.
Okay, What's a cheese's secret to longevity?
I don't know.
A Gouda diet. Get it? A Gouda diet?
That was a good one.
Yep, that was a good one. And it was a little bit cheesy. Thanks for listening to Just Cheesy the Podcast, episode 94, Knees and Toes.
Thank you.
Thanks to all of you listeners that have made us #1 this month on Good Pods. We truly appreciate the listens, and we enjoy talking about cheese every week.
Stay cheesy, everybody.